Good afternoon, and also good morning to anyone who's attending this session from the West Coast. Thanks so much for joining us. My name is Clarice Kovacs. I'm the Director of Product Marketing at Motoinsight, and joined today by Ivan. Ivan, maybe we'll start with a quick intro.
Sure. Ivan Sandoval, Senior Marketing Manager at TRFFK. And, I love, strategizing and things like this. So I got together with Claire and said, why don't we do a Black Friday digital guide? I think it'll be really good. And, so that's what we're doing today. And hopefully you all enjoy it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we wanted to talk about, obviously, the biggest shopping weekend that's coming up, Black Friday weekend. And understand what are those customer trends? What are those customers looking like shop through the Black Friday weekend, and how you can leverage some of these insights and trends to ensure that you're maximizing or optimizing your marketing efforts, and also just to provide some retailing best practices to ensure that you get the most out of the weekend. So Ivan has a bunch of insights to share as well. You may want to take some screenshots, but we will be sharing the recording to anyone who attended the session after the session. And then we'll also give you some time to ask some questions at the end of the session. So feel free to pop them into the chat or the Q&A, and we'll address them as we go through.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you, Clarice. Of course, I always like talking about digital trends. You always want to make some moves in digital marketing that make sense and that you're following the data. And so this is one of the reasons about Black Friday is not so much maybe offering a Black Friday deal or sale, but taking advantage of the increased interest of automotive sales for that's during this particular next 10 days. So we know that 90% of new car buyers relied on online information while researching vehicles. Don't have to go through that. Everybody on this call is well aware of that one. And that search makes up the largest portion of media used. You can see 79% of users started their journey at search. So that's where we really want to hone in and make sure that we're targeting buyers who are in market. And there's a lot of them in market right now, as you'll see, as opposed to the other ones. And then that will push the offline sources of dealer visit, test drives, and talking to salespersons. So we'll go to the next slide. So automotive searches for Black Friday radically eclipse deal-related searches every year. You can see during the month of November that the Black Friday car deal keywords and such, they eclipse. So there's more of those types of searches during November over car deals. And it's happened every year. And it's getting bigger and bigger in Canada because it wasn't as big before, but we're now kind of mimicking the US when it comes to Black Friday and Cyber Monday. You can see even 2021 month to date, already there's a lot of Black Friday searches again. So this is about capturing the Black Friday searcher, the Cyber Monday searcher. These are all, by the way, automotive keywords. This is straight from Google Canada themselves on automotive Black Friday searches. And we can go next slide. So what do we want to do? We want to fish where the fish are, obviously Google search. Here is a Google Ads keyword planner report that I inputted with Black Friday car deals and related keyword searches. Last year in November 2020, there were 1.6 million searches, and the competition is heavy. There's going to be higher CPC. So even the search budgets that you have now, they're not going to go as far in November because of the increased competition. Cost per clicks go up means less impressions. You're going to max out your budget more daily. So we have to be very cognizant of that. And we'll go next slide. This is an interesting one as well. As the month progresses, more and more brand name searches start to get searched over vehicle sort of VDP, SRP type searches. You can see the green line at the beginning of November is higher than the blue line. Non-branded searches, people researching, etc. And as the month progresses, it actually does become more of a brand-related sort of month. Not that we at TRFFK, we really pride ourselves on not using name brand and things like this unless it's absolutely necessary, but it is actually necessary in November to bid on brand. And there is a strategy for it. You don't want your brand to, just put your name in there and match your organic. We'll go a little bit more into detail that afterwards, but that's kind of the idea behind this as you're going towards Black Friday weekend. Yes, Clarice, question?
Yeah, quick pause on that one, just to make it clear what the difference between a branded and a non-branded search is, please, Ivan.
Right. So branded would be, bidding on your dealership name, bidding on just the OEM name. Whereas non-branded is more your VDP and SRP kind of strategies. So unlike other months, this is a month where you really do want to bid on your name and bid on the OEM a little bit more, because most people are more at this point at the end of November, like right now, they just want to get their really lower funnel, like big time lower funnel. And so they're looking for your dealership, or at least a set of dealerships that are around you. And you want to make sure that you actually address the fact that you have something Black Friday going on. Whether you do or not, you definitely have to address it. And we'll go deeper into detail as we go along.
Yeah, and I think when you and I started this conversation, this idea around bringing this up as a topic, which is highly relevant, I thought it would be important to lay it out. Like, what do Black Friday or Cyber Monday shoppers look like? What is their profile? So really, when you're putting together your campaigns or you're putting together your messaging, whether it's across your social media or on your website as well, this is the profile that you need to have in mind. These are the customers that you're really targeting. So we know that you mentioned that they are super low funnel. So they're very price conscious. They know exactly what they're looking for and what they want. And they're online savvy. So they like those digital tools and experiences. And that modern omni-channel offering that dealerships can do. So basically, the consumer has the ability to do some of those steps online before finalizing the deal at the dealership, or if they get the car delivered in person as well. So this is really what you have to have in mind when you're targeting these profiles.
Exactly. So let's get ready for Black Friday, Clarice. And we'll start with search. Of course, in search, what you want to do is you want to add Black Friday car deals keywords with bid modifiers to ensure presence. In case we're going to be very important, you want to implement Black Friday specific search messaging on all your VIN and SRP ads. Now, if you have an AI marketing technology provider like Traffic, you're able to scale Black Friday messaging across 250, 300 campaigns, whatever the case may be. It's going to be a little bit harder if you have a manual digital marketing agency, but still, either way, find a way to get Black Friday or a Black Friday sort of messaging on, or Cyber Monday messaging on all of your ads. You want to ensure sufficient budget to mitigate the increased competition. At least a $500 increase is recommended as the CPC's kind of increase. You want to make sure that you either get the same amount of traffic from the previous month or more. $500 will at least keep you at that level. If you're running brand name campaigns like on your dealer name, like I had mentioned, you want to make sure that the messaging is different from your organic listing. This is very important, because the only advantage of running a brand ad during this time is to have it state the sale that you're having. And that way it's different from your organic. So if somebody clicks on it, you know somebody's more sales related, and that brand ad isn't just a sort of usurpation of your organic listing. So that's what Traffic can do. And you can see on the right-hand side, obviously with the automation, we have the starting from prices. And then what's interesting here are the site links extensions as well. Now, I've run a bunch of campaigns where the site links extensions actually do get a lot of clicks. And in this specific case, what we do with Motoinsight is have those links go to the Motoinsight shop.dealership.com page so that you can get some traffic there. And what's interesting is that low funnel buyer, that savvy buyer, is going to see shop online and value your trade and go directly there because they're already more lower funnel and they want that kind of digital retailing experience. Clarice, maybe you can kind of go into what happens after somebody clicks on one of those site links extensions.
Sure. Yeah, and I'm super grateful for having the ability to work with your team on these integrations as well. And with dealers who have this set up, we see some great results from it. And really, we wanted to visualize it and show you what that looks like. So basically, on your ad, if the consumer clicks on shop online, they actually pushed into the Moto Commerce showroom SRP, which is pre-filtered to that specific make and model that the customer had clicked on in their ad. Here they have the option to compare different trims, select in-stock vehicles, or virtual build and price vehicles as well. And from that, when they go into that, then they are in our, we call it the Moto Cart. So it's the modularized vehicle page where the consumer has the option to not just submit their information, but also actually complete or start additional transactional steps within the funnel. And why that's great as well, because the dealerships who are set up for this, they actually get notified every time the customer interacts with the tool, even if they come back later on as well, and complete additional steps. So that was one flow. And then the other one was the value trade. So we also have the integration with the traffic team into our trade first module. So consumers who want to understand, okay, can I afford this based on what I get for my trade? And if I'm looking at it from your perspective as well, you want those trade vehicles, we actually have the option to push the customers into the trade flow specifically. And then from there, creating their personalized shopping carts, giving you the ability to help upsell them into a new model. So great integrations here as well, which is available to our mutual clients. This was an interesting one. This is a new thing that I've learned today when we talked about Microsoft ads too.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's very interesting, Microsoft ads. I'm actually a big backer of Microsoft ads. Obviously, there's going to be increased Black Friday traffic. All that's going to spill into the other search engine. The other search engine is Microsoft ads. But there is 7% of Canadian search audience does go here. It's similar to Google and Look, a little bit more subtle. What's interesting about Microsoft ads is that it's a relevant, older, higher income, and very engaged demographic. What you see below the chart that you see there is actually the average session duration of all Bing organic traffic on T Advantage websites from Q2 and Q3 of 2020. And you can see, Clarice, average session duration over 5 minutes.
Yeah, very long.
That's across all properties. And so you want to capture this traffic. Well, and the reason why, and it's funny, Clarice, actually, do you know why? Like maybe Microsoft ads has an older, higher income demographic?
Well, that's what we're talking about earlier. Like this is new information to me, so please share.
Well, it's interesting that, when you buy a PC and the boomers, when they buy a PC, the default search engine could be Edge or something like that. And so the default search engine then becomes Bing. And for all intents and purposes, I don't even think they know they're on Bing. I think they think they're on Google, but they're just doing a search. And of course, they have, they obviously want to do their research and things like that. And during Black Friday too, they're probably looking for their kids or something like that. So anyways, that's the reason why, they don't download Chrome or anything like that. They just want the quickest search engine possible. And so that's kind of why it happens.
Interesting fact.
And so we'll go next slide. And this is actually a really, really important one. We talked about how the branded searches increase. And of course, you can always run your brand name on your search, but Google has a campaign set called Google Local Campaigns. These are campaigns that run across all Google properties, and they leverage the power of Google Maps and Google My Business. So you see, when you set up a local campaign, you get Google Search exposure, Google Maps, Google My Business, Display, and YouTube. But the important kicker one here, like I said, for brand is Google My Business. I don't know if anyone on the call, if you've seen your Google My Business listing, and we all know that your Google My Business probably gets more traffic than even your own website. If you see an ad on top of your Google My Business listing, I'm sure you have, well, this is the way to get on. This is the way to do it. And using image extensions, you can see that there's even an image on that specific ad. We've run Google local campaigns and had real good success, a lot of success on Google My Business, because again, it's that lower funnel shopper. Even if they're searching for another dealership, guess what? You're on their maps. They can hit directions to your dealership and not theirs. So Google local campaigns to leverage Google My Business, an absolutely high recommendation on this one.
Yeah.
We'll go next.
And then, of course, there's, that customers, if they haven't interacted with you, they will go in there to check out your reviews as well, and your opening hours, location. So it's 100% key to leverage that.
Exactly. Peers, they always respect their peers and all these kinds of things. So yeah, Google local campaigns. Maybe we'll do a follow-up session, Clarice, in another one where we'll go into a case study on Google local campaigns. Very, very effective. But anyways, for another webinar.
For our next topic.
Cool. So then social, obviously this one's going to be a big one because of the visual aspect of social media marketing. Here, you want to make sure that you are talking about your social media offers. Again, here's one on the left-hand side, AirPods, a gift on us. Real small gift. I think this year, though, Claris, with inventory shortages, not a lot of dealers are going to be giving away anything, to be honest. I think having a vehicle is Black Friday special enough. But at the same time, it'll set you apart from everyone else, and it's a small sort of token. You also want to make sure that you rebrand some of your Black Friday deals. So even if you're not having a deal, rebrand everything to Black Friday. So interesting, like I spoke to a service manager when I was in our performance review. Service manager said, "Oh, I'm doing a special this month that buy 3 winter tires, get the 4th one free." And I said, "Cool, yeah, let's run a campaign on that." I'm like, "Why don't you call it the Black Friday special or with the Black Friday all month long on winter tires?" And he's like, "Perfect." Right? So that's kind of the idea you want to get. So even whatever special you're running already, make sure you're rebranding it.
Repositioned, yeah.
Exactly, so that's what they're looking for. Of course, trade is going to be big. Right now, that's a great campaign to run, the trading campaigns. So Black Friday cash bonuses, again, we pay more for your trade. That's always a great angle. If you're going to give $500 more for the trade, definitely going to secure the business over another one. And interestingly, here, we can also leverage Motoinsight linking to the Trade First landing page, or of course, our autotrader.ca instant cash offer. And then another one, of course, is Black Friday sales event all month long. Not really my sort of recommendation, but it because it doesn't really say anything. And I know a lot of dealerships do this, but at the same time, it does sort of keep people knowing that you're at least addressing Black Friday. And then, of course, something else that you could do, but you would have done this earlier, is do a sign up link to get email. So get notified of all Black Friday offers. If you have, a good email marketing strategy, then that's something that you would do. Maybe on our next call too, we'll kind of have the ActiveX team talk about something like this. Claire, I think that'd be a good idea. And video, of course, video, got to be present on video. And some of you on the call, I know have been worked with me before, and I'm always pushing video. This is being present in a relatively low competitive tier 3 space. Black Friday ads are dominant here. The great thing about video is that you're only paying for full views, right? So as long as you ensure your offer is presented within the first 5 seconds, for $1,000 spend, let's say, probably going to get 35,000 impressions, but you're only going to pay for 8 to 10,000 views, because the click rate on these kind of campaigns are 33%, things like this. So you're getting basically 66% of views of impressions for free by running that Black Friday or any whatever event you have in the first 5 seconds. And I know one of the impediments to video creation to getting onto YouTube as a platform is the creation of the video. When I was a digital marketing manager, it'd be upwards of $2,000, $3,000, right, to create a video. It's not an impediment anymore. You can get quality videos for as low as $500. That's actually what traffic charges, creative charge for a video. So that's not an impediment. Get on YouTube, very important. Whether it's for Black Friday or not, you should always be on YouTube.
Great tips.
And we'll go next. Oh, perfect. Yeah. So here, this is critical. Out of whatever you do, and this is in digital marketing in general, any offer that you have out there on search, on social, a lot of times we create this offer, we create a social media ad for it, we create a search ad, we create a video ad, and then somebody clicks on that ad or searches you to get that offer, and they come to the website, and then that creative is just not there. And that is a really bad experience, to not have matching creative. So make sure that your homepage has that offer on the banners, on your homepage banners. Make sure your SRP has that banner. Make sure your VDP has that banner. Make sure that happens, because that way it's like an omni-channel experience, like you had mentioned, Claris, and it makes everything a better experience for the user. Also, I would create for sure now this month a page specific to Black Friday offer, because this is an SEO page. If you use a URL like //Black Friday car and truck deals in your city, that's going to get the SEO juice for next year. When when this event comes up again for the entire month, you'll probably be definitely ranking up near the top of Google for that on it from an organic perspective. So again, ensuring your VDPs and SRPs also have that Black Friday offer, and making sure that they're in the appropriate size. for mobile, for desktop, etc. And so now, basically, you have all this, you've brought them in, right? We fish where the fish are. We've brought them in with great ads. They've landed on the site. They see the offers, right? So now everything works from that perspective. So now they're going to actually look at the cars, price them out. And guess what's next then, Clarice? Good digital retail experience.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I thought we would set the stage because we still get that question. Digital retail, omni-channel experience. We talk about this a lot. But digital retail is really when the consumer has a choice to start or complete each of the step of the purchase journey online. So regardless of whether they use a desktop, laptop, mobile phone, and they can do these self-serve or with majority of the time with the guidance of the dealership. We know that self-serve funnel conversion all the way through is low percent. It's doubled since last year, but it's still we're in the single digits. And basically allows your dealership to be open 24/7 to your consumers. So you have that consistent brand message from your ads to your website. Customer comes in the funnel. They have the option to do one or more steps. And then we talk about omni-channel. So basically the consumer lands on a page like this. This is our Moto Commerce Moto Card page where the consumer, 80% of them will configure their payment terms and then they save their deal. Several of them will either submit their trade-in or might book an appointment. So here's the opportunity to introduce that omni-channel experience. So basically, some of those steps were done digitally, but the consumers now have the option to complete those additional steps in person, whether it is in your dealership or in your physical showroom, or whether it's at home if you do offer vehicle delivery. Basically, that journey can be picked up wherever the customer left it off. So you're really providing your customers or your prospects that omni-channel experience and that satisfactory modern retail experience that we've seen in any other retail sector outside of the automotive industry. So one of the features that I wanted to highlight here, and I think maybe if you're using a different digital retailing solution provider that's very beneficial, is actually having those transactional shortcut links. So let's say the consumer submitted their information, they configured their payment, and they booked an appointment. So we know that resources are limited at the dealerships. So you want to ensure that you're as effective, as efficient in your follow-up process and finalizing the deal as you can be. With this feature, our dealer partners to actually have the ability to guide the customers to those additional steps before they come into the dealership. I was reading a study this morning around what steps customers want to complete online. And how many customers are not actually aware that they can complete these online. So here's your opportunity to get the customer spend 15, 20 minutes submitting their credit application, filling out their trade-in appraisal. And that's going to save you hours at the dealership when it comes to appraising their car or actually spending time with the customer if you do have to do all of that in person. So leverage the features that you have available to you because they are there to help drive your ROI and efficiency. With our links, we see 1 in 5 customers will actually return into their Moto cart. Then you get notified that they're active again, they're deeper in the funnel, more engaged, so you have a higher chance of converting them. The other feature we talked about, our Trade First tool. So highlighting if you want to get those extra cars in over this weekend, just providing a bit of a cash bonus for those trades will really push the customers to make that decision. You have the ability to drive them right into your value, your trade, so the trade funnel, giving the consumers the ability to figure out, okay, what is my trade worth? So I know what I can afford. We have V-Auto integration. So the trade appraisal, remote trade appraisal process is simplified. And then you can seamlessly transition the customer into the actual transactional flow. So it's not a fragmented and broken experience. It's all stacked, like it's all in one personalized shopping cart that the consumer and you have visibility into, which provide that transparency to really build on the trust and the satisfactory experience for the customer. So yeah, we have gone through a lot. We're actually coming to the end of half an hour. So I thought let's summarize everything that we've learned today. And as mentioned, if you do have any questions, please feel free to pop them in the chat feature there, and we'll be happy to answer them.
Yeah. So in a nutshell, and I always like being thorough, and of course, half an hour. We try to be as thorough as we can, but these are the kind of the takeaways. You want to increase your digital presence in the last week of November. So now is when you would increase that budget again. Whether you have an offer or not, it's just capturing that traffic. That traffic is there to be taken, and take it essentially. Um, Use Black Friday specific messaging on branded social and video ads. Again, if you're doing brand name campaigns, make sure that those headlines are different, right, from your organic listing, and use Black Friday specific messaging, especially if you already have deals going on anyways. Rebrand them to Black Friday, Cyber Monday, so that users have an affinity towards that kind of messaging. Utilize the power of local campaigns to capture low funnel shoppers. Again, at Traffic, we're offering local campaigns. It's done really well, and I'm really excited to get a sort of a case study on that one. Maybe I'll also post it on LinkedIn. If you guys aren't following us on LinkedIn, please do. We always post these little tidbits of info there as well. Consistent brand and Black Friday specific messaging on your website. So again, whatever offer you have out there in the digital sphere, make sure that those offers are also on your website. Never do a campaign without having that set up first. That way they have a nice experience. So then once that's all done, everybody's coming in, you fished, you've provided a good home. So now these users are going to utilize online tools and in-store processes to meet savvy shoppers who are really prevalent during this time, the Cyber Monday shoppers. And then by all means, maximize your opportunities throughout the weekend. Good luck. I'm hoping that everybody has sort of a great sales week the next 10 days.
Okay, so we did have actually a question. Thank you so much, Marcel. The question was, with limited inventory available on ground, can the idea of Black Friday and capturing lower funnel buyers work? Most of our remarketing right now is generated towards ordering your vehicle. So there's a good point that you can actually leverage your pre-order opportunities and get those customers engaged that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, whether you use Black Friday messaging or not, you want to capture those buyers because there's an increase in buyer interest during this time. So yes, you definitely want to have those. I mean, I wanted to do a separate webinar, Clarice, on pre-order strategies. So I'm glad you brought that up, Marcel, but absolutely, again, drive people to your pre-order pages, right? I mean, that's either way, what you're just trying to do during this weekend, whether you use Black Friday or not, is just capturing that increased user base that want to come to your site. Now, a couple things that are interesting about that is there are benefits to pre-ordering, and you can highlight them in some kind of Black Friday messaging. Like, I think something that Nissan's doing is we'll honor this month's offer to whenever your vehicle comes in. So if your vehicle comes in 6 months, you'll offer the current offer that's there so that people can sort of submit the lead or whatever the case may be. Something else that you can do as well is, you're locking in a trade-in value. So it could be like, Black Friday, lock in your trade-in value today, because what happens is you offering a trade-in value at 20K for a vehicle. The vehicle's going to come in 6 months. That gives that user 6 months to pay down their vehicle. And you've locked it in at $20,000. So you get to use it basically, not the devaluation, for free for 6 months. So that's kind of an offer in itself, right? So that's another one.
Yeah, it sounds like there's several webinars coming this way. Marcel, I have to share that view. It looks like Marcel knows you, man, that the Rogers Brew Club still thinks that Ivan was the sharpest guy to come through that doors.
That's funny.
Awesome.
Marcel, I'm glad you joined. I'd love to go to Yarmouth again. I miss Yarmouth, miss Nova Scotia. And I'm always trying to dress sharp, even down there, which is double funny over in a fishing town, which is pretty funny.
I do have to agree with that. Okay, awesome. So I think this is it for today. I know there's a lot of information covered. We will share the recording. If you do have any questions, our contact information is on the slide. We're looking to do this on the regular, so we'll be back each month sharing some new tips and bits that hopefully you can take away and leverage to even be more profitable than you are today. So awesome. Thank you so much, Ivan.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.